So I'll just try and run you through a few tips for trying to drive the ball a little bit better, really. I'm predominantly a fader of the ball. I think that, not necessarily for massive distance, but with today's ball, the ball goes miles regardless if you fade it or cut it, so it makes it easy. But I think if you're looking to hit a lot of fairways, I think you see a lot of the guys in their fairway percentages up there. They're definitely faders of the ball. Especially the one thing with a fade is it never, even if it's going offline, it's landing soft, so it's never really getting you in trouble. You're going the other way, you guarantee it's got more speed on it, and it's turning more, so it's getting you into trouble. So with a fade, it's always softer. The biggest thing I see with fade, if you're trying to fade it, is a lot of guys fade the ball but they don't hit the start line. That is the biggest thing. If you're trying to shape the ball, you've got to be committed to starting it left, or if you're drawing it, you've got to be committed to starting it right. You see a lot of guys that hit draws and fades, it starts straight at the flag and cuts, or draws, and you think you've done what you wanted to do, but the most important part of that is getting your start line. If we're going into a green or into a fairway, I'm starting it down the left side and trying it to fade. So if I don't quite fade it and it goes straight, it's all still on the left side of the fairway. So that's the biggest thing. So if you're trying to hit a draw and you're aiming straight, hit it straight with a draw, it's going to be on the left. So again, start point is massive for me. So say we're just going at that pylon, for instance. Biggest thing with as well is you see with faders is they don't generally set up for it neither. You get them there and they're aiming dead straight, and I'm thinking, well, how's he going to fade this? You're going to have to put get it over here and get it going this way. If you're going to set up to hit the shot, you've got to make sure. Like me and my coach always say, if you're going to try and hit a fade, you're going to try and hit a draw. First rule is make sure it moves, because you've got to do it. You know what I mean? No good just trying to hit it there and it's going to go back. So I'm going at the pylon. So my club face is going to be at the 250-ish, and my feet are just going to go a little bit left. And all I'm going to be thinking about in my swing there is just working across, like my club is going to work across my shoulder line. So I'm aiming slightly left. I'm just going to try and work the club across my shoulder line, which is going to create left to right spin, hopefully. Need that wind to slow down, or else it's not going to fade. And there's the one that's in the left trees. It's these balls. Pro V's cut every time, I promise you. There it is. Look at that. Tell you what, that is. I'm not going to lie, that one was impressive, because that's what I'll call a for draw. It had a fade and a draw on it, that one. But again, see, that flight for me, even if that overcuts, that's never getting in trouble. I know the first one again was slightly left of where I'm aiming it, but again, if you're thinking of a fairway that's 20 yards wide, that was probably 15 yards left of that pylon, so it's never really getting you any trouble, even if you straight ball it. And the same principle for a draw. Now don't laugh, because this is not one of my favourite shots. They're my favoured shots. So if I'm trying to hit a draw with a driver, again, same principles again. My club's going at 250. I'm gonna close my stance down a little bit, maybe bring the ball back slightly if you wanted to. I wouldn't massively move the ball back with a driver, but again. So, and all I'm going to do is feel like I'm going to swing across my body line again. So I'm going to take it this way in there, and I'm going to feel like I'm going to go out this way. And I'm not trying to, again, when you're trying to shot shape, a lot of guys think they can do it with their hands and manipulate it with a draw. The amount of time the ball is on the club face is like 0.02 of a second on there. So you've got to be very good to do that every time, and time that, you've got to get it in perfect. So I'm trying to babble on so I don't have to hit this shot, if I'm honest. It's as good as it gets for me with the draw, that one, guys. I'm not even going to lie. It moved right to left. I'm happy with that. And if you're really struggling for tees, well, you just have to hit it off the deck then, won't you? Because it's just a nightmare. Because you just think, right, ran out of tees today. I'm going to have to get one off the deck.
you get that one, guys? Yeah.
No, it's perfect. You know, it's just a little squeezer down there. Don't ask me to hit a draw with this one. There it is. It's a little. That one won't get you any trouble. Most of fairways are downhill is. That's perfect. It'll run forever. Again, another thing, little tip with driving is, again, you watch a lot of guys try and hit the ball hard, and you watch your lots of Rorys and your Jason Days. They're so stable in their lower half. You know, their legs are hardly moving. It's all from their torso. So if you're trying to hit it a long way, a lot of guys you see, first thing they do, they're moving off it. I mean, you've got to move a long way back to get at that ball. You watch Jason Day and Roars, it's just like that. Top half just moving, bottom half just loaded. And all that is, it's like a spring effect. Your bottom half's there and it's like a coil. And all it is when you're on the way down, it's just generating so much power. So if you're going to feel anything today on your tee shots, try and feel like you're very stable in your lower half and just try and turn your top half.